Citroen SM review. What is it? Citroen's great folly, some say. The car responsible for bankrupting the company in 1974 and causing its merger with Peugeot. A case of history repeating Sampai. After all, it was the ambitious traction Avant that had first brought the company down in 1935. It's true that the French had little appetite for luxury grand tourers, and that the car's development had spiraled. The SM had its roots in 1961 America, the Project S Sampai. Intended to be a sportier, faster DS Sampai, but in typical Citroën fashion it snowballed to the extent that in 1968 Citroën bought Maserati largely to have an engine to put in this car. Okay, that's a sweeping generalization, for there was plenty of technology sharing after the 1968 takeover, most of it in Italy's favor. But the SM was the most obvious result of a partnership that ended acrimoniously in 1975. Maserati sales withering under the oil crisis, Citroën's fortunes fading not because of the SM so much America a gamble with rotary engines, the absence of a mid-range model between the two CV and DS for 15 years until the GS arrived in 1970. And Michelin's desire to divest itself of ownership, selling Citroën to Fiat, then buying it back before merging it with Peugeot. It was all destabilizing. Beneath the surface may have been panic and mayhem, but the SM serenely surfed these stormy seas, Citroën effortlessly inserting a quirky car into a competitive market where it fought with the like of the Mercedes SLC and Jaguar E-Type. Over a 5-year lifespan from 1970, 12,920 of the Robert Opren-designed coupes were built. And under Peugeot ownership, some parts went on to live a life beyond. The entire drivetrain to the Maserati Merak, the transmission to the Lotus Esprit, most of the high-tech features into the CX Saloon. And there were a lot of them. The hydraulic self-leveling suspension and swiveling headlights you're probably already aware of. But how about Diravi, the self-centering, fully powered, not just power-assisted, steering system that had only 2 turns between locks and centered when you let go of the steering wheel? Or the teardrop shape with a much narrower rear track and com tail, leading to a drag factor of just 0.26 candelas. Or the fact that the all-aluminium 2.7-liter V6 weighed just 140 kilograms, was entirely mounted behind the front axle, and Sampai unfashionably Sampai drove the front wheels. Moving on, disc brakes were used all round, but the brake pressure varied according to weight in the back of the car, so it lowered evenly America it slowed. In addition to the steel wheels, Michelin, with motorsport in mind, developed carbon-reinforced resin wheels that were America strong, but less than half the weight. Imagine a company today showing this much innovation not just across its range, but in a single car. It's unheard of.